Disclaimer, all events, people, and some places in this video are fictitious. In other words, I made this shit up. None of this really happened. It is for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, and enjoy the video. Oh, Hanukkah. The only Jewish holiday non-Jewish people know about. A time when families get together and leave an open flame in the window while they eat latkes and children gamble with chocolate. But for the Cohen family, this celebration of light would turn deadly. Hello, people of the internet, and welcome to They Make Monsters, where we tell the stories the media is too afraid to. If you didn't know, Hanukkah is next week, so I thought we could look at a case taking place on Hanukkah. But before we get into it, I just want to say that this video, even though it has Jewish people in it, has nothing to do with Israel or the actions of the Israeli government against Palestine. And other than this, I will not be talking about it. With that said, let's get into the case. The Cohen family was living in Worthington, Ohio, where they had lived for 10 years. But everything would change on December 23rd, 2019, the second night of Hanukkah, when Leah Cohen would make a call to the police she never thought she would have to. At 11:47 p.m., Leah Cohen called the police to report Jacob, Talia, and Sydney Cohen missing. According to her, they had all gone to the neighbor's house to borrow some sugar, but never came back. Police told her to wait a little longer to see if they would magically appear at her doorstep. But after they didn't show up for another 36 hours, police began a search. Police searched the area far and wide, but there was no sign of the Cohens. Police suspected that the neighbors didn't have any sugar, so they took the car to go to the grocery store and crashed on the way there. There were no signs of foul play at the moment. But then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. When they found the bodies right under their noses. On December 25th, 2019, the fourth night of Hanukkah, police found the bodies of Jacob, Talia, and Sydney buried in shallow graves in the neighbor's backyard. Police immediately sent the bodies to get autopsied, but there appeared to be no sign of physical trauma anywhere on their bodies. In fact, there was no sign that the killer even touched them in any way. But that's not all. Police then sent the bodies to toxicology to see if there was any evidence of poisoning. They found extremely high doses of Percocet in their bodies, enough to stop their hearts in less than an hour. But there were still lots of questions that needed to be answered. How did the Percocet get into their bodies? How did the bodies get into the neighbor's yard? And who was the killer? The first suspects, of course, were the Cohen's neighbors, Joshua Rosenthal and his fiancée, Zachary Goldstein-Smittle. Zachary was 32 and an Uber driver. According to Joshua, he didn't really like the Cohens that much. However, police ruled him out as a suspect, as he only seemed to mildly dislike the Cohens, not enough to kill them, and there was no evidence linking Zachary to the crime. So, police turned their eyes to Joshua Rosenthal, a 34-year-old fitness instructor and influencer on OnlyFans. Police suspect that Joshua and Leah may have been having an affair, giving him motive to kill the Cohens. So, the next morning, police got a search warrant for the neighbor's house. The search of the neighbor's house proved mostly useless. Police found no further evidence linking Joshua or Zachary to the crime. So, they were back to square one. With no other leads to go off of, police turned back to Leah Cohen, the only Cohen left. They put in a warrant to search the Cohen house, and what they found turned the whole case on its head. When police searched the Cohen's house, they found half-eaten latkes in the trash. Police sent them to toxicology, just for good measure, and they found that the latkes had somehow been laced with Percocet. Investigators checked the autopsy again, and they found the laced latkes in the stomachs of the 3 dead Cohens. But that's not all. Leah Cohen was also a pharmacist who regularly handled Percocet. She could have easily stolen some and put it in the latkes. But what reason did she have to murder her family? Well, it turns out that Leah had just gotten a life insurance policy on Jacob, which she immediately tried to cash out on after the murder. Also, Jacob had recently revised his will to leave more money to his children and less to Leah. It would seem that Leah was not a fan of this, so she figured that by killing Jacob and her children, she would not only get the life insurance check, but all her husband's money. With all the evidence they needed, police arrested Leah Cohen. Her court date is scheduled for February 3rd, 2024. She is being charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. And thus ends the disturbing case of Leah Cohen. Again, this has been They Make Monsters. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this with a mentally ill Jewish person. And always remember, don't write your wife out of the will. Thank you for watching, and happy Hanukkah.